I'm going to stick my neck out here, and I'll say it's the UP Terminators who've got the slight edge today, and I think they just might edge it. But that's the first fight coming up.
Yep.
And that's going to be
Nick versus Amandeep Singh. Very exciting. It is time for me to throw it down to Jared Carl, our ring announcer. I think they're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. And now, live from Siri Fort, New Delhi, India, hope you're ready for some bone-crushing action right here at the Super Boxing League. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Nick Zodinsanga. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Super Boxing League as we enter day number 2. Tonight we have two heavyweight teams taking on one another, and representing first the UP Terminators is Nick Zodinsanga, hailing all the way from Mizoram, coming here with dreams, making his pro debut here tonight, looking to impress the crowd and get that lead advantage, which is very important in the team structure. And his opponent, making his way to the cage, Amandeep Singh! And his opponent, representing the Punjab Sultans, is none other than Amandeep Singh, making his pro debut here tonight as well. But he has a tall order. This competition is tough, and the teams are getting better and better. He's got a tall order in his hands as he takes on the young Nick Zodinsanga. Here we go to the tail of the tape. Amandeep Singh from the Punjab Sultans taking on Nick Zodinsanga from the UP Terminators in this featherweight contest. But Amandeep, the elder, 31 years of age, both fighters weight in approximately the same weight. Slight experience advantage goes to the Sultans warrior. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the black corner. He weighed in at 57 kilograms, representing the UP Terminators. It's Nick Zodinsanga! And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 57 kilograms, representing OPM Punjab Sultans, it's Amandeep Singh! Ladies and gentlemen, as the action begins, the referee for the fight, Bridge Mohan.
Heads up, no holding, no blow punches. Go.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Bout number 1 of this fight card number 2. We have the UP Terminators and the Punjab Sultans, and get ready for this welterweight contest between these two game fighters. Nick Zodinsanga taking on Amandeep Singh. My name is Arjun Chipalkatti, and I'm being joined by legendary boxing commentator, Mr. Raman. How are you this evening?
well, doing well, Arjun. It's great to be here, and I think we've already seen what Super Boxing League brings to the table. Yesterday was a great day 1, but now into day 2 and the first bout.
Here we go, bout number 1. Fighters touch gloves. Nick Zodinsanga for the Terminators, Amandeep Singh for the Sultans. Now, Raman, you've seen last night's fights. He started off with a bang, and the pace was absolutely electric.
Well, absolutely, I think these young guys bring a lot to the table. It'll be interesting to see in this bout. The featherweights, they move very quick around the ring. They've got that power to weight ratio is very interesting with the featherweights here.
They're fast, they're slick, they're quick, and equally exciting as we step into this exciting format that only is brought to you by the Super Boxing League.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see how Nick Zodinsanga goes about his task against Amandeep.
Amandeep, you can see Nick is painting. He got a big left coming in. They're going to check by the referee. Was that a knockdown? You need to see the replay for that. But that looked like a knockdown. Amandeep caught him coming in straight. Big right over the top.
There's a strong left jab as well from Nick. The only problem that I've seen so far is that the follow-up punches don't come. They've got a good strong jab, but what you need to do is follow it up with either a hook or an uppercut when you open up the opponent's defenses.
So what you're trying to say is that they should be looking for combinations.
Absolutely, that's what they need to be looking for, Arjun.
I think Amandeep is complaining that that shot hit him a little low.
Once again, there's a very strong left jab on the face by Nick. And no follow-up punches there.
They're just looking for that one big knockout shot. And as you rightfully said, they should be looking for those combinations. Yesterday we saw some great fighters. Body, head. But both these boys making their pro debuts.
Arjun, the head was inadvertent, remember?
Very well said, sir. Both fighters game, looking to make an impression on this big platform. And more importantly, Raman, don't you think they're staying patient?
I think what's happening here is that Amandeep's dropped his guard. You can see he's keeping a very low guard, almost as if to invite Nick to attack. He's got that odd punch or the odd jab in. But what Amandeep's waiting for is that big opening.
Both these fighters giving it their all. Amandeep dropping his guard, letting Nick know, trying to bait him to coming and look for that counter.
You know, it's never easy when you're up against a southpaw. You look at how Amandeep's boxing. He's not your regulation boxer who's going to jab with the left and then come with the hook or the uppercut to the right. He's an opposite. His stronger hand is the left hand.
Both these fighters swinging for the fences there. Amandeep trying to control the center of that ring, keeping Nick in check. You can see he's certainly the more experienced of the two boxers. Oh, those two came after the bell. I guess accidents happen in the sport as well.
The good part was that Nick had his guard up. Let's take a quick look at what happened in this round.
You can see the replay here. Amandeep started strong. Both fighters came out swinging. This was a knockdown in the middle, which we thought, but I think it was a slip. Some good combinations around here. Again, 1-2 by Amandeep.
The important part is when you're jabbing, you can't be overbalanced, and that's what we saw with Nick early on, and that's what happened to Amandeep as well later in the round.
Lots of celebrities, stars and fans alike in the audience here tonight as we are live from the Surrey Fort Auditorium. As we get ready for round number 2, final instructions for the fighters in their corners. Now Raman, according to you, what changes do you think Nick or Amandeep need to make coming into this round? In the first round, it seemed fairly balanced with Amandeep getting the slight edge.
I'll tell you what, the men behind this, the SBL, we have Bill Dosanjh and Amir Khan. And I'll come back to answer your question, Arjun. What needs to change in this second round? I think we'll see a little more aggression from Amandeep. He was trying to preserve fuel in the tank in round 1, wanted to see what Zodinsanga could throw at him. And straight away you can see at the start of round 2, Aman is the more dominant boxer.
Dominant indeed, and he comes out swinging, seems to be more technical as well. These fighters need to realize that this tournament format is tricky. They don't fight for just themselves, they fight for their teams. And yesterday we saw Delhi taking on Haryana, and Delhi was dominating, but Haryana fought back. And this is the beauty of the point system. It's so close that the momentum can shift for anybody at any time.
Oh yes, I tell you what, you got to go for maximum at times. The 4s and 6s count here in the SBL as well. You get 4 points for a technical knockout. You get 6 if you get a clean knockout.
I love that. I love the cricket references. Oh, beautiful shots to the body. Those shots will pay dividends as that fight goes on.
It's very well said, Arjun. They will pay dividends as the fight goes on because you're just trying to soften up your opponent. And that's exactly what Amandeep's doing so far. I think Zodinsanga needs to realign very quickly. When you're up against a southpaw, your entire strategy needs to change. Conventionally, you'll have a regulation right-handed boxer with his left foot forward, and you look at different openings. But here, with Amandeep, he's actually a southpaw, a left-handed boxer who's very strong with his left hand. So he's going to jab with the right, and he's going to come up with those knockout punches on the left.
You know, it's funny that you say that. Every time I watch Orthodox and Southpaw take on, they both have the same counter weapon, the straight left and the straight right, that neither of them see coming.
Absolutely, Arjun. So I think this is going to be a tactical bout more than anything for Nick Zodinsanga.
1 minute left in this second round. As you know, in the Super Boxing League, there are 4 rounds lasting 3 minutes each, and 4 rounds lasting 2 minutes each for the women. We have a great card in front of us today as well. Lots of good bouts, and what a great one to start the evening.
I think we're going to see a lot more action in this bout. I'm sure of that. It's just that Aman's taken that first round easy. He's got fuel in the tank. Remember, you've got to last 12 minutes. Take those blows to the body, take the blows to the head, and still be standing.
I couldn't agree more, Raman. Both these fighters are taking their time. Beautiful head movement there. Catches the end of that left hook by Nick. Big swing and a miss by Amandeep as round number 2 comes to a close.
Just about. Can either boxer land a punch which will count?
Good body shot before the bell. You counted it right perfectly on cue, my friend. As we come to the close of a great round number 2, let's take a look at the replays.
You can see Aman was a lot more dominant in round 2, a little more aggressive, throwing a lot more punches.
Great body punches by Amandeep, and he constantly caught Nick coming in.
And the big problem is Nick Zodinsanga is actually throwing punches from way too far. So he's overbalancing and stepping forward. It's just a matter of time before he falls into the line of a strong left uppercut.
That is the risk you run for when jumping in against a counter fighter. A counter puncher would has the ability to catch you with coming in, and the force of that punch is magnified because of your forward movement.
So this is going to be baptism by fire for Nick Zodinsanga.
They get ready for the third round now. Both these fighters, Amandeep looking the more confident, fresher fighter. Nick staying patient though. You can see he's got his guard up a little more. Big swing there. You can see Amandeep trying to bait him in, staying in the corner.
It's a very tactical bout, I can tell you that, purely because Nick Zodinsanga wants to stay a fair distance away from Amandeep. Amandeep wants him to come in because that's when he can maneuver his way into space and land a couple of telling blows.
Nick should be looking to mix it up, throw some to the body while he's in the corner. There you go. Great head movement by Amandeep.
Look at that, taunting his opponents. Come on, I've got my guard down. Can you hit me?
I love that. I love it when fighters taunt, but fighters need to be careful at times.
Tell you what, there's a former India boxer who's done that with great aplomb at the international level. There's King, if you remember, used to do exactly that.
Absolutely. Bait his opponents in, give them that sense of security, and then go for the kill.
You need to be very nimble, very quick with your reflexes. Let's see if Amandeep will be just as nimble today.
Great job so far by Amandeep, controlling the fight. Nick though staying patient. He's a young kid coming in from Mizoram with an opportunity to make something of himself on such a great platform that the Super Boxing League provides for all its fighters. What I like about Nick is he started setting up the right hand with the jabs as well. Amandeep is just walking him down.
That is a strong telling blow, and then a combination of punches as well from Amandeep Singh, the lad who hails from Sangur in Punjab. stockily built guy, and
I love how he's comes over with that left hook and then quickly follows it up with the body.
that's what the game's all about. It's got to be a combination of punches. You just can't afford to land one and say, okay, I've done my job.
Nick with that leaping right hand, and great job by Amandeep for evading it. Beautiful combination there. Beautiful straight there a moment ago. Oh, big combination to the body. I think that hurt Nick a little.
I'm sure it did. And now, as we head down to the last few seconds of round 3, this could be very interesting. Do we see Nick on the defensive?
Beautiful jab by Amandeep again. It's like lightning. I think Amandeep was just waiting for Nick to look for that counter at the end of that round. No sense in jumping in and taking the risk with a couple of seconds left. Let's take a look at the replay.
Oh, this was when he initially drew Nick in, did Amandeep. Got himself deliberately into the corner. Thought Nick would come in, give him the charge, but this was when the flurry of punches kicked in just a little while later.
There you go, Amandeep with that beautiful left hand. And then he got his turn there. Beautiful combination there, 1-2. And this was the flurry. Fourth and final round, Raman. We're going to see a knockout, a TKO, or is it going to go to the judges' scorecard?
Well, it just looks a little tough to get a TKO or a KO in this opening contest. But Nick has got his hands full. Nick Zodinsanga, he'll have to come up with something special, because given the way this bout's gone so far, he seems to be the boxer who's trailing.
I certainly would agree with you. I think Amandeep would be leading on the judges' scorecard, but you know, I really don't like to guess, because yesterday I picked a couple of fighters and I've lost all my guesses.
I hope you kept your money safely in your pocket, mate.
Nick coming out stronger this round. I think he senses the urgency.
But you look at how Amandeep's dominating the ring position. He's trying to get into the center of the ring early on in this round itself. And that's a clear sign of, body language saying, okay, I'm the man who's in control.
He certainly seems to be the more confident fighter. He's controlling the action, controlling the pace, and landing the most significant shots. Beautiful counter left there, partially blocked by Zodinsanga. Just 2 minutes to go in this fourth and final round. Beautiful hooks to the body.
Strong defense as well from Zodinsanga, kept his guard up. But now you can see the change of tactics. Amandeep feels he's ahead, so he's got his guard up, while it's Zodinsanga who's looking for those punches to land on target to hopefully impress the judges.
Amandeep did a great job. Both fighters tumbled to the ground there for a second. So much sweat all over that ring. The mat can tend to get slippery.
I think it's also the effort over the last 11 minutes that seems to be taking its toll on these boxers, that's for sure.
This is a grueling sport, and there's only so many more of those body shots that Nick can take. This has certainly been a beautiful clinic by Amandeep so far. He's proven that he's the more experienced fighter of the two.
As the captain's leading from the front for the OPM Punjab Sultans.
Captain not phased at all by the young buck. Beautifully rolling and swaying. Putting on a show for this crowd here tonight.
And just a few seconds left. He feels he's done enough. Amandeep Singh.
Amandeep realizes now that a couple of seconds remaining in this fourth and final round, that he perhaps needs to play it safer, and he could probably walk away with a unanimous decision victory.
Yes, that'll give him 3 points, but I think it's in situations like these that you could probably look to dominate as we head into the final seconds of this fourth and final round. This is where you could sense an opportunity, try and go for a knockout, get your team 4 or 6 points, because remember, it's not just the result of this bout that determines the overall result of the evening, but 6 bouts in all.
Absolutely. Amandeep doing a great job, and what a great fight between these two fighters. Beautiful skills on display. Amandeep certainly proved he was more of the experienced boxer between the two.
It's been a good start to the evening as Bill Dosanjh and Amir Khan were looking on. Take a look at the excerpts of this bout, the final round, and this is where Nick Zodinsanga was looking to score.
Absolutely, Nick came in trying to equalize the bout. He knew he was trailing and he had to do something more, but Amandeep's skill set was just too much. Beautiful jab, great body work, and not to mention his evasive maneuvers.
Yes, was definitely more nimble-footed, though albeit this wasn't the moment that I would have chosen for the nimble-footedness, but this is where Nick was looking to score. Combination of punches, that's what also worked in Amandeep Singh's favour.
Absolutely, playing to the crowd now. But a round of applause for the young buck Nick Zodinsanga. He's only going to get better and better as this tournament progresses on. As now we wait for the judge's decision. Raman, what do you think?
Well, I'll put my money on Amandeep Singh winning this one.
I'm going to put my money on Amandeep as well, but considering I lost yesterday, I don't think you should be putting out money.
Well, fair enough.
The owner of the Super Boxing League himself, Mr. Bill Dosanjh, looking on as he's awaiting the results.
I think this is a fantastic initiative. Super Boxing League. You've got professional boxing happening in India, a sport that's got universal appeal, but specific connect with India as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds, the judges have made their decision, declaring the winner by unanimous decision from the OBM Punjab Sultans, Amandeep Singh! Ladies and gentlemen, the Punjab Sultans are now 3 points! Guess right. Amandeep Singh comes away with the big 3 points for his team that now puts the Punjab Sultans up by 3 points. Great.
Ladies and gentlemen, the OBM Punjab Sultans are now 3 points!